Colonel, I have reached the rendezvous point. What is my mission?
Snake, we need you to go on a vital mission. You are to review the game Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Your new code name for this mission will be Sam Seed.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater?
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid is back, and it's not just a remake. It is a full-blown reimagining of the original Snake Eater that blends nostalgia with next-gen stealth. I'm your host, Sam Seed, and as a fan of the Metal Gear series since the original on the Nintendo all the way up until Metal Gear 5 The Phantom Pain, I would love to take you on a trip. So let's dive into everything new that's in Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
The first thing I'd like to discuss is the gameplay evolution. They've totally revamped the controls for this game, giving it a more modern feel, very similar to what you may have seen if you've ever played Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. It is that same kind of control with the third-person, over-the-shoulder view, getting you right into the action of the game. But whether you're a diehard fan of the original or stepping into Snake's boots for the first time, Delta delivers not one, but two distinct control styles. They have this more modern style, as well as a legacy style, which preserves the classic feel for those Metal Gear Solid purists. I myself have only played using the modern controls, but I'm very excited to try it out again to see if there's any major differences between modern and classic style. The CQC and cover systems have been totally revamped as well for this game. One of the new things is that they've totally re-recorded every animation for the CQC system. There are now new animations that are contextual based on where you're attacking your enemies. You can interrogate them, gaining vital information, as well as being able to call in fire support or even calling off alerts. Unlike the original, where you had to press an action button to enter cover, Delta streamlines this with automatic transitions. The cover system is now gone from clunky to intuitive. Snake can now automatically snap to walls and objects when he's near them, allowing for smoother peeking and shooting. There have been several quality of life improvements to the game. One of them being just the way Snake moves in general. I feel like his controls are a lot more weighty and responsive compared to the original game, and they've added one of my favorite features from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, crouch walking. Finally, the missing link in stealth movement. No more awkward transitions between crawling and sprinting. Snake can now glide through the underbrush with low-profile finesse. It's smoother, sneakier, and makes infiltration feel like second nature. Another thing that they've changed with this game is just the way battle feels. Gone are the days of static firefights. Snake can now move while aiming and shooting, bringing a modern edge to combat. Whether you're laying down suppressive fire or lining up a tranquilizer shot mid-run, Battlefield feels more alive and more dangerous. Also, camouflage isn't just cosmetic anymore, it's reactive. Snake's gear adapts to the environment, and mud now plays a tactical role. Roll through the muck and you'll blend in better, but if you stay dirty for too long, enemies might be able to sniff you out. It's stealth with consequences, turning every patch of terrain into a strategic decision. Metal Gear Solid Delta isn't solely a single-player experience. There's multiplayer modes as well. One of them being a new mode called Fox Hunt. Fox Hunt, while it hasn't been released at the time of this recording, is slated for release fall of this year. Fox Hunt is built around asymmetric gameplay. One team hides using advanced camouflage and environmental blending, while the other team hunts them down using tracking skills and gadgets. It is a cat and mouse dynamic that emphasizes patience, deception, and situational awareness. I, for one, am very excited to see more of this gameplay, as I've always been a fan of Metal Gear Online, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this when it is finally released. They've also brought back fan favorites of Snake vs. Monkey on PlayStation, or if you're playing on Xbox or PC, then you're playing Snake vs. Bomberman. Both of these features are great for streamers or people who love to play squad-based modes as well. Overall, I've really enjoyed my time with Metal Gear Solid Delta. Konami has done a phenomenal job recreating one of the fan-favorite games in this series, and I would hope that given its popularity, maybe in the future we'll see a similar treatment to another game in this series as well. I would like to point out just a few issues that I would see during my time with this game. Mostly performance issues, nothing too major or game breaking, but there were some frame rate dips that I noticed during certain cutscenes, particularly during the Virtuous mission, in the jungles and things like that. But again, nothing too major, nothing like crashes or anything like that. I do know that at the time of this recording, they have released another patch, so hopefully that kind of smooths things over as well. I know there were some complaints online with people having issues with the updated models for some of the characters, particularly with the boss as well as Ocelot. Personally, I really like the new models. I think it just gives it more of an updated look. Things look a lot more natural and humanized compared to the original game. But don't get me wrong, I mean, the original game, especially for its time, looked amazing, and those graphics really do still hold up today. The other issue that I know people have had is just with the price of the game itself. Given the fact that there weren't too many gameplay changes, but I would like to point out that given the fact that Kojima-san didn't have hands-on with this, there really wasn't too much of an option for them to be able to change things. And I think just as a sign of respect and honor to the original creator and the creation itself, they tried to keep things as traditional as possible. Another issue that people were saying online is just issues with some of the missing features at launch. I know Fox Hunt was not available, but it is releasing later this year, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it's probably just something that they're really wanting to polish and make as good as possible, so they didn't have it available during the game's initial release. Other than that, I am looking forward to seeing what will be in the future for this game, and I really appreciate your time. Let me know in the comments what you like most about Metal Gear Solid Delta, and let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Thanks for watching.